So if you look at the Gallup report, a study will show that when it comes down to the Warren Commission from 1963 till today, it's gone from people who believe another person was involved, okay? How many people believe another person was involved, and how many people believe there was only one man involved, right? The percentage used to be 29% that only one man was involved, then 36%, then it went to 11%, 14%. Today, around 60%, 65% to 70%, depending on the year, believe another person was involved. It wasn't just one man that took out John F. Kennedy. From your experience, having been doing this for so many years, you've written about it, you've talked about it here at the, in Dallas to the JFK Museum. You've been all over the place and spoken about this. Where are you at now with your thoughts on what really happened at the event? And was there one man, two man? How did the events take place?
Patrick, as the years have gone by, in more serious, scientifically based studies have been performed, my opinions have been solidified, corroborated, and underscored. There's no question that the Warren Commission report is wrong. It's absurd. The single bullet theory is a total joke. If this were any other case, a lot of my colleagues would have joined me, including back with the House Select Committee on Assassinations Forensic Pathology panel in '78, would have joined me in attacking it. But they decided in some kind of a submissive, placid, and passive fashion to go along. The single bullet theory, which holds that one bullet produced 7 wounds in 2 men, President Kennedy, Governor John Connally, zigzagged in the air, right to left, up and down, breaking 2 large bones in this 6'4" big bone Texan, Governor John Connally, emerged near pristine with a weight loss of only 1.5%, the entire copper jacketed lead core bullet intact, except for a slight deformity at the base from the impact of the firing mechanism. That is incredible. And if you don't have the single bullet theory, then you don't have a sole assassin. But there are many other studies, including neurological, neurosurgical, radiological, photographic, and acoustical. The acoustics evidence itself is what led the House Select Committee on Assassinations back in '79, when they gave their final report to say that with all likelihood and great probability that there was more to it than a single assassin. People don't know this. This is a bipartisan committee of the top legislative leaders, Democratic and Republican, who came to that conclusion. And yet, Patrick, not a darn thing was done about it. Absolutely unbelievable. The acoustic evidence clearly shows, and it was performed by the 2 top outfits in America, Bolt, Beranek, and Newman out of Boston, and Weiss and Ashkenazi in Queens College, New York, that the shots came from both the rear and the front. And if you look at the reaction of the people that day in the Zapruder film, and talk to people who were there, where did they go? Where did they run to? They ran up to the grassy knoll behind the picket fence, which is where the second shooter was. It's all there. And then when you study things, as I have done, from a pathological standpoint with colleagues in radiology and neurosurgery and neurology, you see the damage done to the president's head. By the way, Patrick, what the doctors that night at Bethesda Naval Hospital concluded was far different from what had been observed by a dozen or more top surgeons at the Parkland Hospital in Dallas. These Texas surgeons with no axe to grind, they described what they saw in terms of the damage to the back of the president's head, the occipital area, cerebellar tissue, which is that part of the brain located in the rear and inferior. And all of this was found to be intact by Humes and Boswell that night at Bethesda. Humes and Boswell, career naval pathologists, I want to emphasize this clearly, had never done a single gunshot wound autopsy in their entire careers. How does that offend you? I have said, I've made this offer countless times to anybody. You find any country in which the king, president, prime minister, premier has been assassinated where that autopsy has not been done by the top medical, legal, forensic pathology people in that country. You won't find one country at all. Only in the United States of America could they have be so emboldened, so brazen, so arrogant as to think they could get away with this. Well, they regrettably have gotten away with it, even though, as you pointed out in your prefatory question commentary, that the majority of Americans have always rejected the Warren Commission report. So I and my colleagues, we're not conspiratorial nutbags and theorists. The Americans who continue to believe in the Warren Commission, they are in the minority.
So if you like this little short clip from an interview I did, click over here to watch the entire interview. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.